So recently, Wuthering have actually hosted one of their biggest events yet, which has actually been a huge success. And well, in this video, I wanted to talk through why this is such a massive success for Wuthering, why this actually matters in the first place, and what can Wuthering do in the future to kind of improve the overall community around creators, artists, and even more, and kind of get the community all together. Because during Wuthering 1.0, the community was a little bit more fragmented, and there wasn't that kind of union made by the developers themselves to actually, get everybody involved. Whereas it seems like Wuthering are definitely stepping up a little bit more, and I wanted to give like a couple of other things that maybe they could do in the future, which could improve the overall community feedback and just the overall community coming together. But before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you guys do enjoy this, and also go to GameStop, use my code KAZA where you can get yourself 10% off a ton of custom tubs. Definitely recommend going over there. Again, they got a ton of really cool events out at the moment, so yeah, go over there, use my code KAZA and get 10% off. But let's get back into the video. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm actually talking about the Solaris Starry Stage, which was a Wuthering event held on YouTube. I'm not sure if it was held on any other platforms. It probably was as well, maybe like Bilibili, maybe Twitch as well. But pretty much, yeah, they released this whole thing, which if you've ever seen the Hoyo Fair, which is something that Hoyoverse do, it's something similar to that, where they showcase a lot of fan-created things on this live stream and pretty much get the community a little bit more exposed to some of the people creating new and, pretty exciting things in the Wuthering space. Now, obviously, as I said, this is really good, especially with the hype for rinascita. A lot of people have actually come over. As I said, it's got 232,000 views, which is absolutely insane. That is more than the Rocha Combat Showcase, which again is absolutely amazing. And I did take a look at some of these streamers actually reacting to this and like took a look at the viewership, and it seems like it was way higher than we have seen before with other Wuthering events, everything like that, which is really nice to see. So hopefully we do see a kind of increase of that in the future as well. And now a lot of what this kind of live stream showed off was a lot of different animations and things like that. As you can see here, we got like some idle animation, and then you had some different ones like some more like chibi style, like smaller kind of animations, which again was really great to see. And these were all made by creators. I don't think any of these were made by actual like people at Wuthering or anything like that. We also had stuff like lyric videos and things like that, including some of the characters from Wuthering which was really nice to see. And obviously this brings the community together a lot, as I saw a lot of people getting excited on Twitter and places like that. And that is the main point of why this event was so big for Wuthering and why it's so important. It's because it keeps the community together. We've seen it in the past where communities can kind of fly off in different directions, and they're not so like unified anymore if the actual game itself doesn't do anything to unify them. That's why things like Hoyo have been so important, and why it's bringing the community together so much more is because it kind of showcases a lot of these talents which people can then go follow, and then expect something to come up in the next live stream. But with Hoyo Fair and things like that, I think it has kind of broken down a little bit due to the overall state of the game, and because usually a lot of it is very Genshin focused, and I feel like as well with a lot of their kind of creator program stuff, they have kind of broken down a lot of things over time, which is a little bit disappointing, which means the community is a little bit more split now than maybe it was a couple of years ago. But Wuthering is just in the start, so I would hope to see that they can bring the community together a little bit more, whether that's to do with art, whether that's to do with animations, or whether that's just to do with content creators themselves. Now, what can Wuthering actually do to improve this and actually make this better and bring the community together even more? Well, the first thing I'd say is to make this a consistent thing. Obviously, Solaris Starry Stage, they haven't really said anything in particular whether they're going to be doing this more in the future, but I'd say doing this every year so that people can look forward to it and actually build something up towards it. I think that'd actually be great, as it gives creators something to work towards, especially people who make these animations, things like that, and it gives them a very long time frame to actually do it, and so they can be featured and shown on the main Wuthering page, which again is going to be great for them, and it's also going to be great for Wuthering as well, because they get to make a whole live stream out of it. Now, I'd say there should be some more long-term solutions to this too. I think the Solaris Star stage is a very good start, but also we've had like events like this. For example, the Wuthering fan art event, where people can actually submit fan art and win some prizes, including like an iPhone, some like money, and also some asteroid, which again is great. Obviously, that's really cool. And also we've got a Project Wave thing for creators, actual like video creators like me, who or even live streamers actually as well. You could do all of this, and pretty much you get an incentive to do some Wuthering content and things like that, which again is also a very good incentive to actually get people going. But I do feel like there should be a little bit more, just to get people a little bit on the starting foot, and just to keep people interested in the game in the long term, because that's what's going to keep people interested in the game. Obviously, in Wuthering we're in rinascita right now. It feels pretty good. It feels like there is a lot of content, but there will be a patch, and it's just inevitable. There will be a patch where it's going to slow down a bit, and people aren't going to be as kind of interactive interactive with the game. So having stuff like the creator program, having stuff like the fan art stuff, and just making stuff to do during that down period time that maybe isn't part of the game is going to be what keeps people there, which again is going to be a very positive thing. If they can think of some more events to do with creators and to do with like fan artists and stuff like that, that'd be really cool, because during the meantime, especially for creators, people can go and watch their videos on Wuthering Waves and not necessarily play the game, which will obviously keep them thinking about it, and hopefully they will stay in the community and we don't lose all those players that have just come over from rinascita, because again, it has been an amazing update so far, and hopefully if adding some more things to help the community stay involved, I think that could really help keep Wuthering Waves up and to keep Wuthering Waves interesting. Now, also another thing I thought of was that Wuthering Waves could actually hire some of these artists, especially the kind of like still art, not necessarily animations, but animations could also work as well, for them to actually upload on their main Wuthering Waves page, because not only are you supporting a fan artist, and hopefully, they would leave credit and something, and also obviously pay them as well for it, and then upload it on their Wuthering Waves Twitter, on their Instagram or whatever, and it could get people excited more for the game, but also you're helping out members of the community and giving them a chance and giving them a little bit of a showcase, which I think is something that they could do year round and something that they could do quite often, because again, it is just a nice thing for them to do, and it gives them free advertisement, and they don't even have to do anything for it, which I think would be a very, very good decision. Now, obviously, this is one that I always say on this channel whenever I talk about advertisement and things like this and different kind of events going on. I always want them to do animations or like full on like anime style, like shorts, a bit like how Honkai Star does, how Genshin Impact has done in the past, and also some other kind of games as well, because again, that's also going to keep people very interested. It gives a lot of content for people to do, and all of this together gives a lot of content for like everyone to do, because there's people who react to it, there's people who do like different edits of things as well. People could edit the actual animation itself, people could edit this, edit that, which I think would actually improve the overall space, because you can have more people, especially on places like TikTok, despite it being in a little bit of trouble at the moment, but also like YouTube Shorts, places like that. People can upload their kind of edits of these kind of animations, as well as people's reactions to these animations as well on like places like YouTube, which again is going to make sure that Wuthering Waves is just seen everywhere, because this is more of a thing of it doesn't necessarily have to be the most perfect thing on earth, which I know Wuthering Waves are fans of quality. All we need is Wuthering Waves' name just to be out there. It just needs to be on YouTube, it needs to be on TikTok, it needs to be everywhere, so that people just see it. And honestly, I think that having stuff that people can react to, having stuff that people can edit, having stuff that people can just kind of interact with and make more content from, it's going to help them improve and just kind of grow even more, because their name's going to be out there even more. But yeah, that's pretty much all of it. Obviously as well, I do kind of want more Twitch incentives. Now the Twitch kind of stage is actually doing pretty good at the moment. Obviously with rinascita, a lot of people are trying it out, giving it a go, meaning that there is a lot of viewers over in that category at the moment, but obviously this is going to die down a little bit as the update kind of stagnates a bit, and we don't have any kind of news. But it does seem like it's going to be higher for a bit, because we did have a period during the end of 1.x where pretty much, the viewership was going down a bit and it didn't look too good. But honestly, I do think it is picking itself up now, and hopefully, more Twitch incentives, things like that, like drops, everything like that, could actually make more streamers come over to the game and actually try it out, because again, they're getting some kind of incentive to do it. But hey, we'll have to wait and see if there's anything else to do with that. But overall, I think the Solaris story stage was such a good idea from Wuthering Waves, and they've taken a really good thing from Hoyoverse and kind of transformed it into something even better, because again, I feel like this could be something that could be even bigger next year whenever people actually know that they're doing something like this. Because I feel like the only reason why it wasn't as big as a lot of these kind of usual events are is because Wuthering Waves have never done one before, and people don't really know should they submit something for this or should they not. And now they know exactly what it's like. Hopefully we're going to see more people submit next year, and yeah, I'm just very excited to see what kind of comes up in that live stream. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about this. What was your favorite animation or whatever from this last story stage? I really liked the idol one at the start. That's why I kind of included it at the start. I thought it was quite funny and quite interesting, especially this way that they animated it, because I work with a lot of these models as well for my thumbnails. So again, yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys enjoyed, and yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and yeah, go to GameStop, use my code Kaza, get 10% off, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.